Welcome to the Quantum Light Team podcast. I am Simone. I am here to channel from my purest, most truest, sincerest soul self, talking to you today about my experience that I had last night, and I am going to channel in a moment through my divine higher soul from within my true heart. So many beings behind me wanting to come through. This is what the Quantum Light Team are. I have been working with them for a long, long time. Wow, since I was really, really young. I have had many experiences my whole life, but I'm not here to talk about those. I'm here to talk about the experience specifically I had last night, and that was all about reverse engineering the heavy metals in my body. As a quantum light therapist, as a soul shaman, as a Reiki master, as an energy body healer, or so many past lives, I have had a lot working in the Pleiades on light bodies. In this lifetime, remedial massage therapist, and I delved into all of the ancient arts, including shiatsu and trigger point therapies and cupping and so many alternative types of massage and healing. I have spent my lifetime dedicated to the soul light body and how to activate that within the physical body. I hid behind a label of remedial massage therapy for many, many years because I was scared to come out. I was scared to really talk to people about all the beings that I have seen and all the conversations telepathically that I have had with them for since I can remember. And I have had some horrible, not so nice encounters too when I was younger, and I was unable to hold that space of unconditional love in me. And it was only when I was near my mum or near someone that loved me unconditionally, because that love is so powerful, that it helped repel that attacking energy. I have delved into soul contracts. I have been seeing my own past lives, and I see other people's past lives all the time. It's like I've got this open tap into the records. I have gone through my past lives, and I have been a record keeper. One of my first incarnations in this universe was as one of the white dragons, one of the wisdom keepers, the librarians. I've had similar roles all the way down through the realms in this universe. It is a universal game, and we are at this time in the Great Awakening. And it is so exciting, and I'm finally at a point in this incarnation where I have been preparing, I said, for lifetimes, but for this particular coming out. And slowly over the next year or so, which are very, very important years, I will be launching with the Quantum Light Team, which is kind of all my guides, all my helpers on the other side, including some great, phenomenal creator beings, launching what is called the Soul Stargates. And it is a team effort. There are many people involved and helping with the creation of this, both here in physical form, and also those on the other side, still in physical form, but in other realms that we are not able to see. And the reason I am saying all of this to you is because I got asked today very clearly to talk about the experience I had last night in the most sincere way. And I feel in order to do that, you needed to know just a little bit about my background, and that I'm not new to what I'm going to be helping explain the reverse engineering of something like heavy metals. And it's something that I've been working with one-on-one with clients for many, many years. Most of the time I haven't been able to share that information even with them, but I am able to help guide them enough into the pure unconditional love within their own heart and soul, so that they are able to do that reversing process to a degree. But that degree is increasing. We have, as we increase our own soul vibration, as we rebirth the true unconditional being that we are, that is almighty or powerful or wise or loving, eternal being, we stand in this heart space, pardon me, within us of total surrender. So this is in this moment of the Great Awakening, the light team and my own soul, and from my own experience, I know is we're in the process of just chunky layers are falling away from the outside world when we allow that, when we step into and we say into our true soul heart and embrace our true soul power, we find that everything starts to break down, the material world around us and how we perceive it to be. And that means, really importantly, that within us, we have been very heavily suppressed. We have been very heavily controlled. We all signed up for that. And the most important thing is that you hold true unconditional love and integrity for yourself, and honor that you are here for a reason, and that everything that you may begin to hear that's going to be starting to come out in the world around you. And those of you already know a lot of this stuff if you've been listening to similar podcasts and to similar beautiful humans that are coming out and speaking about this stuff. So to the point of these, how it was shown to me very clearly, and it has been shown to me, like I said, lifetimes, and a lot of these memories are coming back. But last night specifically, I was shown the heavy metals in the body. And for me, it's like going in this multi-dimensional, multi-layered, feeling it within my own body, where they are in my own body. And then also being reminded of visions of past lives that I have had when I have seen them, and even as a galactic being in that realm, in that galactic realm, where I have played the part of understanding how these little tiny microscopic chips work through the metals. So it's something that I've had to study so I can help reverse engineer this on the planet. And it's not me reverse engineering it, it is the mighty soul that you are reverse engineering it for you. And this will help, oh my goodness, in so many ways. As I did this last night, I had this little, what's come out in my skin this morning is this rectangular lesion. It's like nothing I've ever seen. I don't really want to pull my top down at the moment, but it's almost like a blister, and it's in a little rectangular shape, and it's just blistered out in my chest area, because that's where a lot of the chips in me, through my right lung especially, and the heavy metal chips are very intelligent. So they'll come through the genetic lineage as well. So this one in particular that's come up like a lesion was something that was on my grandma, my nana. That was a chip that was in her. So it actually came through my father and then to me. So it was happening when I was even in the womb, and through deep hypnotherapy and deep meditation, being able to pinpoint when that happened. And then the grey beings, not just the draconian. So these are draconian trips, but they were also programmed with the help of the greys. There are Anunnaki type ones too, but so these ones that we're going to be reverse engineering are in all of the heavy metals in all of our foods, but they are also, the point is, they can be implanted in you through your genetic coding. So it might have been an abduction that might have happened. This sounds really, really wacky, but an abduction that might have happened to someone else in your family that they were not aware of. And abductions don't always happen how we think they are, you know, that it's not like we get physically completely removed. These are very, very intelligent beings that have been suppressing us. And I don't want to have any alarm bells go off, so I'm not going to say any names, but I have got the names of some of these beings. And they are ones that I have seen and been in contact with in this very room, even when I've had clients on the bed behind me, and in other parts where I've had to help remove energy from people under the divine governance of their higher soul, under contract with their light team, and also with the helpers of my light team. And I've watched these energies and these chips being removed, and often they get handed back to that particular being that was the creator, the very first creator of that chip. So the way that we completely eradicate these chips in the earth realm is to understand how to reverse engineer them, and we have to do that with full integrity, with full unconditional love and full respect, and when we feel ready as souls. So if you don't feel ready to do this activation, you can just listen to this talk. You can stop the video now. There's no fear. That's why I'm wearing my fun little t-shirt, I ain't afraid of no ghosts. And I needed to wear this t-shirt because I needed to tell you that before we go into this activation, it's very careful. You need to be very mindful, very mindful of being clear in your space. So we are going to do a pre-activation or a pre-exercise where we really open up our hearts to embody our soul essence, our soul being in unconditional love. And that is how then when we're in that space, I will walk you through how to reverse engineer the heavy metal chips in your body. So I'm not saying that the heavy metals will be in your body, but they won't have the chips on them. And your body then, your biological body then, is totally free under the guidance and governance and the full unconditional love of your soul to then eliminate those metals. Now there is something in the soul that I would like to tell you, and it's called it's the best way that I can explain it is to say it's like plasmatic metal, and it's from the essence from source. It's part of one of the foundations of our soul, and it kind of has this kind of motion, and it has that kind of swishing sound to it, and that we have that when we are taking on and we're creating a type of embodiment, when we're shape-shifting as souls, and that is a very, very special vibration that our soul has. Every soul has it. Every entity, every being has that. Every soul has that ability. And this is where the Draconians, being very intelligent beings, so there are beautiful Draconian energies, please know that. They are very intelligent beings. The Draconian energy actually come as you fall down the line of more into forgetful land, as I call it, what you could call like the fall of the dragon race, some of the dragons. So they understood, and they hold a lot of that memory, and they understood and they still remember how to do that. But because they fell out of unconditional love and they're trying to take over and take power, they can't ever get the perfection of that true vibration of our soul, which is plasmatic, which can only be activated under and within the frequency of true unconditional love. And that comes from true unconditional self-love. So the importance of clearing your space, clearing your dimensional space, clearing your astral realm, clearing all of the vibrations around you in your field, and then fully activating your Merkaba, you could say, your light body, the spaces within the spaces within the spaces within you and around you. And that comes hand in hand with true forgiveness. Because when you truly embrace yourself in unconditional love, there is no judgment, and true forgiveness just is. It just happens. And so what we're going to do now, I'm just going to have a quick little sip, and I'm sorry if you hear this because I've got the little microphone here. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to go into it. Let yourself breathe first and foremost, and before you do anything at all, before you take any guidance from anything or anyone, everything comes from your heart. It needs to come from your heart. I would like you to filter everything through your heart, because how the process of you doing this is going to be, there's going to be a general guide, but the actual process is going to be is unique to your individual soul signature. And this is the honoring of yourself, the honoring of unconditional love in yourself. So I'm going to say this again. If you get to the point once we have done the whole clearing and we're in our hearts, if you are not feeling that you are in a space of true unconditional love, replay this when you are. Practice being in a space of unconditional love, a high frequency, a high vibration within your heart. And then when you feel that you're in that space, that moment, know that that is the power of your soul, and you have the ability then to go and completely reverse engineer those heavy metals and the heavy metal chips. So what happened to me, I knew there was one more thing I needed to say before we got right into it, and I apologize, I know I'm jumping around a little bit. Just going with it being completely sincere and authentic, and this is very important too. So what happened last night is I was lying in bed, and it would have been, usually is around that 3 a.m. mark, where I get woken up, and I have already been, and I know that I've been doing things like clearing my field, I would have had like a couple of just ordinary dreams, I call them. They're just dreams that are in my own space. And then I know that then there's a feeling within me when I get woken up like that, that I have been sourcing some very important information. And because of the information I'm sourcing and the clarity of it, I get asked then to utilize and use that information as I'm getting it. And that is how I get my information through that experience. So I was lying there, and there was so much vibration in me. The love I felt, the power, oh my goodness, the power. And my cells felt like they were turning themselves inside out, and the golden light that was inside my physical body, and I could see the heavy metals in my body, and I'm asking, what is happening? And there's all this telepathic communication and information. I get like a book sometimes downloaded in one night of information, and it's just stored in the records in my soul. So it's a lot of this information's in me, and what needs to come out comes out when it's needed. But it was like the vibration and the love and the ecstasy that I was feeling along with the information was extraordinary. And then I saw, and I knew what I was doing, so I understood that I was reverse engineering the heavy metal chips. And at the same time, why? As soon as I asked why, because you need to teach this, and people need to know this, and it needs to get out there, and it needs to get out there quickly. So there was these little happening, and then all of a sudden I saw greys I knew, greys I didn't know. One in particular got their name, and I knew, right, okay, so he was part of that heavy metal chip, and not just me, but all of humanity. They are chips that it was told me they're for all humanoid beings. So they're like a one size fits all, or biology. So if you have a biological body, that is a one size fits all. How does it work? It works within the heavy metals. It works within metal. So then in that instant, I understood that my soul has a true plasmatic metallic vibration in it, and that I had the ability as a soul, under the divine governance of my true higher soul, to go into that metal, because I'm almighty, all powerful, all loving, I'm all creator, I've got all the energy of God in me. And that kind of turned the heavy metal, and it completely disembarked and reverse engineered the chip. In order to do that, that meant that the creator of that, under the contracts and the way that law works, had to be there at my bedside table. And the draconian was the other main being that was the engineer of the heavy metal, a particular type of metal that is not even found, it's not even meant to be. It was something that was engineered with a mixture of the amount of source that they're able to use at that low vibration, as well as just an actual they created that metal, and from the natural source elements of metal that we have on this planet and on their planet. So it's like a conglomeration of metals. These heavy metals, they are very, very toxic to the body. They create a multitude of illnesses and diseases. They're nasty. And I can, as I'm talking about that, as my body, you can taste them in your mouth. So my body is purging at the moment because I reverse engineered the chips. And that means that finally my biological body is able to go whoosh and get rid of the metals in the way that it can safely. And that is individual to everyone. So if you are ready to embrace the full mighty soul power of you in unconditional love, let's do this with the light team. I'll close my eyes because it helps me communicate, and it takes away that my human perspective, and it kind of puts me into my human personality, into the background where I tell you what, it's absolutely epic and pure love. And then the quantum light team can walk you through this a little bit more. They're saying just before they come right in, they wanted me to explain that it is like giving unconditional love to these creator beings that created the heavy metal chips, pure unconditional love. And they are souls. Please know they are souls. They are lost. They are in forgetful land. Yes, they know what they are doing, but they are still lost. They're in a low vibration, and they need help just as much as we need help. You need to understand that. You need to understand that, and when you really feel that in your heart, that is when you will embody the power of your soul, and none of those false chemical and those false microbe chips can affect you. They have no power over you. They have no power over the power of your soul. So let's breathe and begin. I think I'm going to have to stand up. I'm standing up because we're going to do something with our physical body, and this is why I had to upload a video this time. All right, so we're going to get our hands and just do this like a pincer move. And you're just going to do this all over your body with the sole intention that know that you are doing this. You need to empower yourself to do this and know that you are pushing out those old dimensional spaces around you that no longer serve you. This is the outside world. And we do this with peace and with love, but with power. There is a a vibration of authority that must be embodied here. So you see how I'm using my breath. So I'm coughing. So before, that's where some of my weakness has been. So I want you to feel into your body while you breathe in with unconditional love. You breathe in unconditional love, you breathe out in unconditional love. And that is how you push out the outside world. Good, I feel that's good. Now get your feet nice and relaxed, whether you're sitting in a chair or standing, that doesn't matter. Inhale up, and as you inhale up, I want you to feel like you're inhaling up through all the stargates, through the 13th stargate, into source. That is your intention, into God's source, into pure source energy. And then as you exhale, you bring it all the way down, that fast, right down through your body, creating a beautiful golden pillar of light where all the stargates are active inside you, right out through your feet, down into the earth, and then out. And then what's going to happen is this vibration of stargate energy. Let's do it again. Up into source, up into the void, down. I'm sorry if that's a bit loud. Down, down, down. Through all of your energy bodies, through all bodies, through all of time, through all of space, for the greatest good of you and all, in unconditional love. See the pattern here. Let's go again. Inhale up, through, into void, into source, into all that is. And then feel a little bit more peace coming down with that one. Still powerful. And then out. And this pillar of golden light that you have just activated in your body, you're commanding your soul body to come in. Well, your soul already is in here, but you're activating your soul body in your genetic body, in your biological body. And then we're going to do something a little bit wacky, and the way I do this is different to how you're going to do this, but I want you to move your spine. Soft through the knees, even if you're sitting on a chair. And I want you to command with unconditional love and knowing that you have full authority. This is your body, this is your soul. To activate right up and down through your spine and through all of the systems of your physical body. So this is the first preparation. This is a light body activation. This is very, very active. The light team are talking through me. I am here. The information is just all coming through. Still very present. Now when you feel that vibration of your soul embodying from your heart and connected in through your spine, you're going to feel right through into the back of your head where the true unconditional love of your soul, I can sit down now, it's coming through the back into, and as you breathe, and this is where your light team is going to come around you, so you're going to ask for support for the greatest good of you and the greatest good of all, for your light team to come and help support you, to encase you in extra golden rays of unconditional love and light, while you choose, and you can say this out loud, please say it out loud, I give permission with unconditional love through the almighty soul that I am. And I command now the reverse engineering of all microbe metallic chips, all heavy metals within my biological body to be reversed to be reverse engineered by the Almighty Soul I am, with full integrity, peace, and commanding that this be so, under the divine governance of my higher soul and my soul contracts. If you need to replay that to hear that again, you can do so. You get the gist of the commanding. Once you do that, it is instantaneous. You'll begin to feel the reverse engineering activation begin. It is a beginning. This is where I want you to get very comfortable in your physical vessel. You can feel, those of you that can feel, those of you that just know, those of you that have vision, using all of your soul senses to know you are safe and loved and that you are in charge of this reverse engineering. Using your breath. Now, because you are in a space of unconditional love, you're not going to feel shattered by the energies as you hand over these chips as that gets reverse engineered, because there will be pushback. There's always pushback. Your pushback, how you deal with pushback now, dear ones, is so important. It is pure unconditional love. I would like you to see these beings that are coming and putting pressure on you to stop the reverse engineering. See them in the eyes of truth. They are scared. That is why they try and dominate with fear. And if there is no fear in your vibration at this time, there is no way that they can stop the process. They can't do any more damage anyway, so you have nothing to fear. There are many helpers here. So that is a light language. That is one that helps to unlock some vibrations within the body. We all have our own different sounds and tones depending on the reverse engineering process and the exact type of heavy metal that is in our body. I will repeat, please know it is a one-size-fits-all chip that is being reverse engineered. There are two main creator beings of these chips. One is draconian and one is a grey. They are very intelligent beings. They are still trying to control humanity at this time. And yet the only way that we can help ourselves, this planet, this realm, and each other, and them, is for them to know that you are standing in your power. And let me tell you, they know when you are in your unconditional loving power. And so I give them love. And that is how I have always dealt with them, except when I was younger and didn't. Yes, that is right. We give them love. True unconditional love. There is no judgment. They are playing their part. They are having their experience as a soul. And it is very important now, vital, that as your body shakes off these chips and reverse engineers them, that you see the light of your soul emanate from within the metal itself, within the heavy metals itself. And that is where you will begin to hear the sound. And you will feel from those beings, if you are very highly attuned and sensitive, as this one is here that we are talking through, you will feel a dislodgement And you will feel, not within your true inner feeling body, but the pressure on the outside of them feeling broken. Because this is a very breaking of the patterning of what they have been controlling for eons. This is where we exercise compassion. True compassion is an extension of unconditional love. And it is, we repeat, the only way to, number one, embody your true soul power, and number two, to completely reverse engineer these microbe chips. Ashuna li ma o, for all is well. In divine truth, all is well. Now there'll be genetic patterning undoing here too. You may even get what we call a hot head as this happens. And if you can allow and keep focus on embodying the true soul power that you are in true unconditional love, you are safe, you are loved, and yet you have full control of the true unconditional love that you are and the true unconditional source power that you have within you. To deny this power is to deny life. To deny this power is to deny unconditional love. And if you are listening to this, if you are here, you are embodying the true unconditional love. Now see your body in all its health, in all its wellness. A golden stream of light, liquid gold running through your body. Completely reversing the damage done. A process, yes, one that you must listen to your heart and the source within you and your guidance from within you. There are many ways to help from here on in, yet the actual root of these chips is reversed. And the reverse engineer, like tiny little butterflies, these little chips will fly out from your field, pure unconditional love. You are transmuting them. You have the power to reverse them, and then to use that energy and that experience that you have had with the heavy metals in your body and these chips to create more unconditional love, not only for yourself, but for others around you, including those very beings that designed and created those chips to suppress humanity. There are many beings in this transmission, and it is a transmission. And Simone has done a wonderful job at explaining her experience of last night and guiding you with her wisdom and knowledge of the heavy metals in the body, and most importantly, her work as a soul enlightener. Someone that is helping to teach not only about unconditional love, but the powers of who you truly are. These are the powers and these are the things that those other beings do not want you to know. They don't want you to know this. They always knew when they designed these chips that when beings started to step into their full power, that they could be reverse engineered. They don't want you to know this. And this is one of the most important transmissions that I have ever done and shared in a public way. Not that I have been new. I'm only new to sharing publicly. So please know. Please really know. As the afterwash of this reverse engineering happens within your biology, you hold within you the full power, the full almighty power of Source, and that it is time to not only reverse engineer the heavy metal chips, but to reverse the energy of illusion, to be reborn from inside your soul heart. You have the ability to activate all of your soul in your biology, in your biological body. Please know that you are not your body. Your soul body is not your meat body. It is not your biological body. But what we are doing now, what the Great Awakening is allowing for, and what is very important, is that you are, this is a conglomeration transmission. Please know that the I's and the we's is getting jumped around a little bit here, but I, Simone, am, and you are, and the we of my soul guides and your soul guides and the quantum light team and Source light team that is helping awaken the realm of earth and awaken the body. Please know that all it is, all the powers that are in your soul, that is now rebirthing in your biological body, uniquely to you. Uniquely to you. It is a process. It is a process. And your process requires you to do things like, from now, drink lots of, I've got warm salty water here. It's actually a beautiful soul that is doing some amazing Great Awakening work, Darius J. Wright, who helped remind me of the salt water, and that allows our electromagnetic body to be more powerful, and we need a very strong electromagnetic field to begin to really fully awaken our soul body in our biological body. Your soul body is perfect. It's perfect. It's totally untouchable. Nothing and no one can ever harm it. And this is what those other powers, those other beings don't want you to know, how powerful you are. And that is why the heavy metals and heavy metal chips were there in the first place, to suppress you. You have the power to heal. You have all the power to heal. The amount of stories that I've heard through my clients and through clients and people across the world, the amazing miracles, the stories where they've been given not even a whole day to live, and they're fully embodied and awake and living 20, 25, 30 years later to tell their stories. I know from myself, when I was heavily chipped. There was a reason I was heavily chipped and vaccinated, and even to the point, and I'm not afraid to say this out loud, where I was actually guided, and I knew how bad, and I knew what was in some of the COVID injections, and I was guided to have it so that I could prove the reverse engineering of it. So if you're someone that tends to go to fear, and as you start awakening to all of these things that have been suppressing us, they have no power. They have no power. You have the power. When you embody your soul and you start to use and wake up your soul in your physical body, you have the power to reverse engineer all of it. All of it. All the chemicals, all the crap, all the attacks, all of it. That's what we're awakening to, and that is what my work is about. Part of my work is about. But most importantly, my work is all about you as a soul, I have been studying the soul through this whole universe, and as a wisdom keeper I have access to all the knowledge around the soul and the powers of the soul and how we can fully activate that within our biology. It's been all my lifetimes, it's just over and over and over and over again, in all different ways and shapes and patterns. So I'm going to say goodbye in a moment, and I will see you again very, very soon. The Quantum Light team send so much love and blessings, and I send so much love and blessings to you, and I thank you for your courage and your bravery for being here on the planet, going through the awakening, for those of you that are very sensitive and have amazing empathy like I do too. Just know that you have the power. You have the power, all the power there is. And when we get together and the more of us awaken and we awaken each other, that is going to be the turning point in this realm. And it is all about true unconditional love. So remember, when you go to judge yourself, when you go to judge your partner, when you go to judge your children, anything you hear or see, you are contributing to that low vibration. You are doing more harm than good. Even though you may think that you're awakened, you are doing more harm than good for yourself and others. So with full integrity, with full authenticity, full unconditional love, it is time to come out from your soul and to start being brave and courageous, and being the beautiful being that you are. I love you dearly, and I will see you again. This is just the beginning of videos like this. Thank you for listening. We'll see you soon.